Peace, peace, peace. What's good, family? Day 21, 30 Days of Enlightenment. Today's video is about symbolism. And we're going to put our toenail in here because symbolism is really deep. And we're going to have a little basic video. Okay? Thank you. Super excited. So, boom. Y'all know we live in a world of symbols. If you don't, I'd like to remind you that you listen to symbols all day. If you're in the car and you hit a traffic light, the thing tells you a lot of things. It tells you exactly when to stop. Thank you. And it shows green when you're supposed to go. Okay, thank you. So I know we know how to read symbols and we know exactly what it's telling us to do. And we go ahead and obey sometimes, most times. So I want to illustrate some different perspectives that we can have in regard to symbols to further understand the place in which we are in this timeline of reality, as far as like what's going on in the world, how people are feeling, how the earth is feeling. These are all things that are speaking to us in context of symbols. So I'm going to talk about symbols from a very self and personal level. Y'all know I like to go there. And then I'm going to talk about external symbolism, meaning like when you see something, what's going on. Actually, let's start external and go inside first. You dig? Yeah, boom. So look, the world could say, you know, we've been measuring the temperature, and we've noticed that the temperatures have been different from over the last 3 years, over the last 4 years, over the last 5 years, 6, 7, 10, 13, 15. Then they consider that to say global warming, right? That's what they do. They observe what's going on, and they see what that is saying on a long-term scale or even on a short-term scale. So in terms of temperature and environment, they consider global warming to be a gradual process of heat that's increasing on the planet due to the ozone layer, due to this, due to carbon emissions, due to cars, due to this. So they're able to see what the world is saying based on how things change. That's symbolism, all right? And that's just an external observation of symbolism. If you're driving in your car and the fuel tank meter leaning on the E, you know what that's saying to you. It's telling you that your car is not suitable to continue because right now it's red and the light don't come on until you got like a mile left or 10 miles, however many, right? That's a symbol. So that tells you, hey, you got to change it. Symbols are illustrating knowledge to us. We just picking it up and doing what we already know what it means because we don't slow down for this shit. We just going, you know what I'm saying? But I want to slow down and show y'all this. All of those things are expressions that we observe. We observe these expressions, meaning that if there was nobody looking, we wouldn't see it. But it's still expression. Now, let's bring this into the personal, interpersonal, the self. What type of things and symbols do you see within yourself? Well, a lot of times we might not see them within ourselves, but we see them on our bodies. Our body might be telling us a certain thing. And this is called learning or self-diagnosis in a context. If you were to look at what your body's saying. I mean, if your body is high energy, that's a great thing to listen to. But then if your knees achy, if your elbows stiff, if your joints you can't even open your hand, you can barely write, your knuckles and your cartilage and things is saying something. I'm dry. Moisten me up. Give me some sea moss. Give me some smooth. Let me get some seeded watermelon. That's what the body is saying, but you cannot hear that because a lot of times we're not taught to hear what the body's saying. We taught to listen outside. This is what the world like to do. They like to get everybody looking out there. You're supposed to look inside for real. But they don't, you know, of course, because they can't see. So we have to show them, but at the same time, remember ourselves. So peep this. A lot of times we have a lot of symbols that our body shows us, and we just have to learn how to read that. That's it. And I'm learning how to read it every day. And it started when I started reading what my body was saying about my diet and the selection of food that I was choosing. And the reason I was choosing that food is because I was used to it, because that's what I was always eating, because I am a athletic type body build, and I've never seen myself any other way. So I've never also seen food get in the way. So I never cared about food until it started getting in the way. Then I started recognizing I can't have rice at the beginning of the day. Like that shit don't work. You can't have rice at 10. That shit separate all your energy by 10:30. Now, at least for my body. So I got to go, you know what I'm saying? I have to start learning about how to nourish and sustain this God body, the African biological system. We need all the nutrients. We need everything. We are the everything, so we need to get it too. And that's what I like to call a nutrient-dense lifestyle. That's what I like to call that. I like that because it helps me. But this is what I've learned from reading my own science, and they call these signs symptoms. So imagine you've seen a sign driving on the street. Ain't there a stop sign that say you're supposed to stop right here? Well, what if there was a stop symptom? Like, stop eating this garbage. You would be like, okay, I'm gonna stop because I seen the stop sign when I was using my body yesterday. I went to the bathroom and the shit was taking 10 hours. Probably don't want to eat that again. We got to be able to see this and know that our body is showing us, nah, I don't like that. I'm not rocking. What was that base? What was that made of? You see all this mucus I'm trying to get out of here? This whole listening. They call it being in tune. That's why I see it as. That's so simple. So boom, these are a little few illustrations of reading symbols. Okay? And I'm looking at this smoothie right here, and there's no smoothie and it's symboling at me. I just want to say what's up to it. Hold on. Woo! Man, that thing got like everything. Everything. Sea moss pineapple. I'll talk to y'all about that later. But check this out. In addition to the symbols that our body tells us, we can also read symbols from the physical world, the reality. What is going on in the world right now? What is going on in the world right now? If I want to put it into the smallest term, I would say the world is going through a respiratory moment because the respiratory system is something that everybody's put a magnifying glass on because they're trying to see if some particles that they created in the laboratory found their way inside your lungs, basically. Inside your mucus, basically. Inside your, what they call this thing? I forgot what they call it, but I'm learning still. So, your mucus membrane, that's what they're trying to check, but they made the shit anyway. Anyways. So, respiratory, what does that mean? Well, that's your lungs. That's your air. And air is a element. And these elements are primary love forces. They are life forces because we need air. And this is all, you can't even tell me if you want some or not. You're breathing already. Let me give you a little bit of right? Excuse me, sir. I'm over here. So, boom. So you breathing already. So what's going on with the world? The world is actually experiencing a moment to reconnect with a spirit. That's what is happening. That's what is happening because life is the expression of this physical vessel. And in order for this physical vessel to move, we need the air, we need the water, we need the wind. I said air. We need the earth. We need the fire. We need everything. So in the same context, that is an observation that we can learn from the symbology of what this reality is showing us. Now, those of us who are watching this shit and seeing what's going on are doing the work and are actually attuning ourselves to our spirit, let alone helping those along the way who could find themselves in the presence of us getting help. You dig what I'm saying? So this is really interesting to become aware of. Now that we concluded on that, there's other things that we could still see. Now, if you want to go to the contextual story of black and white that the world has painted to illustrate the polar opposites of things that belong together, they use this first in the family system. This is where they first use it. A lot of times they talk about racism and things, and it goes directly to how people interact outside of the family structure. They brought black and white into the family structure, even though you could still understand, like, for example, if you look. All right, so we're going to go over here. Let me show y'all this right quick. So we're going to go over here to this phone right here, and I'm about to show you guys the Yin Yang symbol so that y'all can see what I mean by black and white, all right? Because Yin Yang, where's that? Watch this. Where should I put myself? All right, boom. Y'all see this Yin Yang symbol? This Yin Yang symbol illustrates that the black and the white are actually simultaneously the core of one another, all right? But then simultaneously, in the reality, they place black against white. So then psychologically, it distorts the frequency because one now thinks from the concept that one is separate. And this is how they've been able to infiltrate the mind of the black woman and the black man and every other colors, because it's not about the colors. It's about the unity and the unification as one. And they have actually been able to do this by, moving through the financial realm, putting the pressure on the brothers, illustrating the pictures of degradation to the female on live national TV everywhere around the world, illustrating to the logical aspect of the minds to devalue the feminine essence, and then also not giving or not allowing for certain images to be present so that the feminine essence can recognize herself. So this is symbolism right here. People want to go all racism, this. Look at what it really is. Like, it's really internal psychological, and you can see it in, if you really know uh, what I'm talking to, you can see it in people's families. Like, go see if the mother and the father are in alignment. See if they in alignment with themselves first before in alignment with each other. See, these are questions, and anybody want to, but I'm gonna ask them. So, boom. So that's what I want to show y'all, because this is like, you see something going on in the world, but this really speaks a lot at deeper volume. If you could listen for it, it's really about the sensitivity and then noticing that the symbology is what's speaking all the time. So I wanted to actually bring this in here because of that black and white feature, because when one can understand that these two pull and push on each other, is really like the ocean. The ocean never holds no water. The ocean just moves water consistently. So if we was always moving energy rather than trying to hold a fixed position or fixed, form in a way, we would actually be able to bond. I feel like flow better with one another. This is my speculations at this time of this video. I'm still learning myself. But yeah, so actually, so that's what I wanted to show y'all. Now, if you weren't able to see those pictures, the race card that they play, and the black and white, and also respiratory with the COVID ice cream and the coronavirus and everything like this, I'll show y'all another picture. Hold on one second. Got some screenshots in here. Where are my screenshots? I took some pictures. This guy. Check this out. Y'all see this guy? Look at this. Now, this is going to be the last example, and I'm probably going to speak more about symbolism. We could probably do this in a course, because there's a lot of different layers to symbolism, and then there's a lot of different areas to observe to learn what the symbolism is saying. So I could package all of this in another form. But basically, I want y'all to take a look at Uncle Steven over here. What's his name? His name's Steven, man. He from, I don't know where he's from, but he got some cool shoes, don't he? Look. Check this out. Boom. So y'all see this man walking down the street, right? What's the symbolism here? Well, I'm going to show you guys the essence of true knowledge when it comes to everything speaks volumes if you could listen for it. Look at this dog right here, right? This dog in the picture is a loving dog, like most dogs. This dog is a kind dog. This dog not bothering nobody. He got a leash just because he don't want him to just be trying to find him. But he's a really friendly dog, right? Now, this human being over here on the side, he looked like a smart man. He looked like a happy man. He got a dog. He taking care of him and everything. He ain't, So what does this picture mean? What can you learn from this? Contextually, you could observe this and understand the symbolic relationship one has with oneself. Because the dog in this picture right here, right? Dog listen to his senses. Dog don't care about no time. Dog don't care about the clock. Dog don't care about how many financial resources you got. And dog don't care about if it's too loud, if it's too late for him to bark. Dog gonna do dogs, okay? And that just be like that. So think about this dog actually trying to have a higher level conversation. Think about this dog trying to like talk about miracles and talk about law of attraction and things like this. This dog ain't talking and having conversations. This dog want his kibble, all right? And the dog actually represent the lower aspect of man in form, because the form of man in the lower aspect only look at his senses. So this guy up here, Uncle Steve over here, Uncle Steve could be the conscious director. He like, no, we're not crossing the street right now, because if we cross the street right now, this car gonna knock both our ass. And this dog gonna listen, because the dog is just, So imagine that I'm using my higher awareness to direct and navigate my my fleshly self. I'm not gonna go over here and eat all this food. All this food out here ain't for me. I don't need to be eating 24 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? These are different levels of intellect. Now, boom, y'all can see that in between the two, there's a string, right? There's a string between the two. And the higher awareness knows, like, oh, you think that you hungry? Oh, I've been had food for you. Oh, you think you're not going to have nothing to eat? Oh, I've been got everything set for you. So imagine the, you know what I'm saying, the higher principle, just a higher consciousness, a higher intellect, and then also the essence of the self, which is the senses, the sensory aspect, right? And then the link between the two. What's that? Well, we call that the silver cord. They say the silver cord. They call it a lot of different colors and names and things. Call it what you want, auntie. It's there. Etheric. You want to call it the soul connection, however you like. Think about it. Because that tells me everything right there. That shows me life in the picture. That allows me to understand that I'm always taken care of, because my higher realm, my higher awareness already prepares things for me as I'm lining to it. Now, I can't separate myself from me, but in this picture, I can show y'all this. You know what I'm saying? And this is an observation you can get from a man walking down the street. You know? And this is a man who's in control of his lower aspect. Because, you know, a lot of times when you're getting started, if you're not really using your wisdom, you might be out here wilding. Check this guy out. He looked like he needs some help. Hold up, where you go? He looked like he needs some help. Hold up, move me out the way. He looked like he needs some help. You know what I'm saying? He looked like he don't have his shit under control. He looked like, please stop desiring. You know what I'm saying? He like begging his lower nature to get together. You know? And that's where people be at sometimes. It's discipline that he needs right here. He needs to learn how to stand up on his own two legs. You know what I'm saying? Think about this. I'm not hopeful about this, bro. I'm showing y'all directly. I'm showing y'all directly this shit like clear. Clear. Bro, see this. So when I use these pictures, right, I want us to have a feeling for how we're actually becoming stronger and more aware, more attuned and knowing. See? People walking down the street with their dogs haven't thought about this, but I'm looking at them thinking about them. And I'm learning about me. This shit is so much fun. I'm like, whoa, this is dope. Check this out. My man looks stressed. My man looked like he's having a hard time. Now, he also looked like he's posing for the photo. Woo! Yes. But yeah, this is a little picture, family. Consider that. What does that make you come to the awareness of? What does that bring to your mind? Just seeing these two photos. One person having their lower aspect under control, guiding their lower aspect, basically nurturing their lower aspect and providing for, versus their lower aspect getting out of hand and getting out of control, needing to talk to counselors, needing to talk to therapists every other couple of weeks because you don't know how to manage yourself. Everybody's learning, but this picture shows you. So these are some little illustrations of symbolism that I wanted to show us. All right. Now this video hitting the tip of the top of this moment. So we about to soar off of this. I appreciate y'all, man. Symbolism, man. We definitely gonna go back into this because, like I said, we're just gonna put our little tippy toe in here because it's a lot of information, a lot of learning, there's a lot to see in symbolism. So with that being said, man, I'm super excited. Day 21. And I'm uploading today on today. That's dope. Hey, I've been working on myself this whole time, man. Swagging it. Super excited. Thank y'all for watching. Share this shit out, man. Hey, 30 days of enlightenment. I got something good for y'all. Hey, I'm going to talk to y'all next time, all right? Peace.